Good morning, third graders. It's Miss Friedman here, and I am here to read with you guys for the week 2, day 2 reading comprehension. And the title of this article is Sharks' Livers Are Like Deep Fried Candy Bars for Orcas. Whoa. So just as we've been doing, I want you guys to go ahead and take a minute, and I want you to skim the title, look at the text features, other parts of the article, and make a prediction. Is this fiction, or do you think it's going to be nonfiction? So I'm looking at this illustration. I see some subheadings: orcas, longer and longer. Shark liver is a tasty treat. Looks like some facts. So I'm thinking it's nonfiction because it has real photographs and it has all these different headings and it looks like it has some facts from experts. So that's what I think. So let's go ahead and keep reading. Remember, you're going to be stopping to jot the gist as you go. So shark livers are like deep fried candy bars for orcas. And those are the black and white killer whales, also known as orcas. The great white shark is one of the biggest killers in the ocean. It is an apex predator. That means it sits at the top of the food chain. It is hard to imagine eating the great white, but earlier this year, several dead great whites washed up along South Africa. The sharks had all been bitten. They had holes in the muscle between their fins. Strangest of all, their livers were missing. Ooh. The bite marks looked like they came from orcas, or killer whales. These huge creatures were seen along the shore. They probably killed the sharks. So take a minute and jot. What was the gist of this section? What did you mostly learn about the topic? Okay, new section. Orcas larger and longer. That is already giving me a clue about what I think I'm mostly going to learn about in this section of text. So I'm going to ask myself, what do I mostly learn about orcas larger and longer? Great white sharks and orcas are both apex predators. Both can swim very fast. So what does that mean if they're both apex predators? Can go back to the other page right at the top. Yep, they're both at the top of the food chain. So both can swim very fast, but orcas are a bit larger. They can grow longer, and they can weigh up to 4 times as much as a great white. On paper, orcas seem to have a bit of an advantage. It's kind of like the upper hand. What orcas eat depends on where they live. Orcas near South Africa have a taste for shark. They have been targeting some of the smaller sharks in the area. The orcas have been eating the shark's liver. There is no doubt about it. The real question is, why? Take a minute. What did you mostly learn about orcas larger and longer here? If you don't know, go back. Next page. Ooh. Shark liver is a tasty treat. Another clue. Look at that heading. It's going to give me an idea. Shark livers are large and rich in oil. They contain a lot of fat. For orcas, it is like eating a deep fried candy bar. There's that title. Shark liver is a tasty treat. It is packed with vitamins too. How does an orca eat a shark's liver? It does not just rip the shark apart. It takes the liver out very carefully. Okay, so now you're going to start to have an idea. They're going to describe it. In 1997, a group of whale watchers saw an orca off the coast of California. The orca slammed itself into a great white shark. This stunned the shark. The orca then flipped it over. It held the shark in place for about 15 minutes. Then the orca began eating its prey. Oh my gosh, that is terrifying. What the orca used to its advantage is something called tonic immobility. It is called T1 for short. T1 is a natural state of paralysis. That means it leaves an animal unable to move. It happens when some kinds of fish are turned upside down. Wow. This is kind of a terrifying article, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Okay, so take a minute and jot. What did you mostly learn about? Probably look at that, how does an orca eat a shark's liver? Because they did a lot of describing there. Okay, next page, last part. Clever way to drown their prey. For some sharks, this is dangerous. They cannot breathe unless they keep swimming. If they stay frozen too long, they die. The orcas understand this. They have found a clever way to drown their prey. It takes very little energy for the orcas, but the sharks are clever too. They have learned to avoid the orcas. Sightings of great whites off the South African coast went down while orcas were in the area. Once the orcas left, the great whites came back. Smart. So, go ahead, and now after you read all the article, you should be able to put the different pieces together to figure out what did you mostly learn about shark livers or like deep fried candy bars for orcas. Keep wanting to say okra, which is a vegetable. What did the author mostly teach you about the topic? And what is the author's point of view? If you need help figuring that out, you need to pause, go back, and listen again. Thanks for reading with me, third graders.